Alright, it's 2020 and you want to produce your own music. That's wicked. Fortunately, technology has improved a lot over the past 20 years. So right now it's way more accessible for the young creators like us and hopefully like you. Even though recording music with established producers can learn you a lot, it also costs a decent buck. So this year we took it into our own hands and built our own home studio, and I'm gonna show you the essential parts of what you really need in a home studio in 2020. Let's check it out. So yeah, to show you a bit of what I'm talking about, this is our garden. And then right here we built this shed into a studio. Check it out. So let's start with the most important component of your studio, which is your computer. It doesn't really matter if you have a Mac or a Windows computer, but keep in mind that in order to run a DAW smoothly, you need a decent CPU, which is a processor. I recommend at least an Intel i5 or better. Also, I recommend at least 8 gigs of RAM just to be safe. When it comes to memory, I recommend getting an SSD over an HDD, because it's faster and doesn't make any noise compared to the spinning disk in an HDD. We bought our computer for just 300 euros and for now it works fine. I won't talk too much about these components because it's very personal. Obviously you need a screen, keyboard and a mouse. We chose the 32-inch screen because of the nice overview it creates. Depending on your budget you can up or downgrade it. Our keyboard is a cheap and silent one. I wouldn't be spending too much on this. The same goes for the mouse, don't overthink it. If you don't have any products yet, this shouldn't cost you more than around 600 euros. Then a quite important component, the audio interface. This device enables you to plug in microphones, guitars, keyboards, etc. and translates the audio to your computer. If you sing and play an instrument, I recommend to get one with 2 or more inputs so you can leave both inputs plugged. This Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 retails for just 150 euros, which is an amazing price for such quality gear. Whoop! By the way, I put most of the items below in the description to make it convenient for you to check it out for yourself. Next up are your studio monitors. Woo! Those bastards bring you an amazing sound quality so you can hear all the details in your mix. In our case we chose for the Yamaha HS7s, which are amazing. Unfortunately they are not that cheap, but when treated right they'll go with you for a very long time. The Yamaha HS7 retails for 200 each, but if you want to go really cheap you can get some decent speakers for around 100 euros. Personally I wouldn't economize too much on the speakers because they are quite important. You want a sound as true as possible. Another essential part are the headphones. You'll mainly use these when recording vocals or acoustic instruments. If you don't use headphones and you record vocals over some instrumentals, the output by your studio monitors get picked up by your microphone. This is definitely not what you want. Some decent entry-level studio headphones shouldn't cost more than 100 euros. You can also get away by purchasing cheaper ones since you'll mostly use them as a monitor while recording. Next up is the Midi Keyboard. Those ones are very cheap and convenient. This Axon Air 32 Mini just cost about 59 euros. It's far not the best keyboard, but for now it does its job. Now the microphone. If you want to go really all around, I recommend buying a condenser microphone. It's multi-purpose and brings great detail. For your first microphone, I really recommend to not spend more than 200 euros on it. Budget mics nowadays are very good and your mic technique and sound input defines the most of the actual outcome. I've listed some good budget microphone options in the description. Finally, let's talk a bit about room acoustics. You can have the best of the best gear, but if your room acoustics are bad, your music will probably be poorly balanced. In order to make the room sound more balanced, we built our own DIY acoustic panels like you see here. Those absorb the noise in your room so you have a more true representation of reality. Normally those panels are hella expensive, but if you make them yourself it becomes quite cheap. There are a lot of videos out there on how to make those panels. It's not hard, but really effective.
Well, this video was all about hardware, but as many of you already know, if you want to make your music sound crispy and professional, we need to get into software and mixing. And don't worry, we got you covered. Quite soon we'll upload a video on our essential picks when it comes to mixing and mastering, so stay tuned for that. And for now, if you got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them below in the comments section. And if you like this video, give it a juicy thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button right into the button. Cheers, bye bye!